Welcome back to another video of the Dimensionalist. I'm a Dimensionalist. So I want to make this quick video, right, discussing, like I said in my last live stream, I was like, I'm not the best guy at picking up females, right, but I do want to give some hints, and not necessarily hints, just some knowledge on what I've experienced, so it speeds up the process for everybody else, and things like that. So, particular females, all females have a particular ideal of a guy they want. And that doesn't mean some females are not going to date particular guys and do things for them. I mean, I'm just like I said, it's speculation how I see things. And also, I'm a human being. Also, I'm a male, even though I'm not a female. It kind of still works the same. We're still out here doing technically all the same physical actions. So it's all the same. It's just they don't have one and we have one. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but they are different in many different ways. So my point is, not to go into any details or what you should do. It's just that know that females have a particular ideal for a guy they are developed in their life that they want to be around. For me, I like all females, actually. I have some females I dislike in certain race categories, maybe, but that doesn't mean I dismiss every single race. You get what I'm saying? I might have a least favorite one, but it's not like it's a complete no, because I don't see it that way. But I do see it as me liking a different type of race more, maybe. Like I like Latino girls and stuff like that. They're cool. They look good. White girls, hey. All of them, basically. Just, some of my favorites. I mean, some can look better than the other ones that are a part of the things. My point is, the particular females, that's my ideal. See, that's an example. These particular chicks have ideals. And I tell you why I know this shit. Because I'm not even a certain way. And I can deliver myself a certain way. They think it's a guy they like, and they like me. And then as soon as they know I'm not like that, they don't like me. So that right there proves it. I hate to say that, but it does. So, yeah, if you like a female, you're going to have to go out your way to get her to like you. I mean, if you're gonna be this guy, know that when you go out there to present yourself to them, you better deliver it the way they are. You know what I'm saying? Not like do everything they do, but you got to have some knowledge of who they are to deliver that way. Like I said, I'm not doing like my best at this video, but it's real. It's real. There's no way outside of that, that logic, and you can't contradict that. I mean, that's just how it is. But keep that in mind, though. If you forgot that, of course, all females like particular guys. But remember, when I say the word ideal, you got to understand that when I say that, I'm talking about whatever it may be to trigger her more likely to like you. And I might give you an example of that. Some people I like in high school, I like anime and stuff. And I felt more prone and drawn to these females. I think resignation was not even the correct word just then. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm a grammar Nazi. But the thing is, man, yeah, these particular chicks like certain things, so you're gonna have to try to meet up to it. Now, another thing is about your body size and stuff. Well, that's kind of like something you have to work on or just accept, and that's what I've accepted with being denied before and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you get denied, you're just gonna have to move on unless you can press it to the point to where, I pressed a chick one time. It was high school, got turned down, and a year later we're in a class, right? So I got turned down, right? And she thought I was a certain type of guy, right? And then when she found out how I really was, right? I guess the way I dressed, right? And she liked anime and stuff, but I dressed like I was a thug, like I really delivered that way. So, she probably thought that at first. That's like a judgmental first impression I gave, I guess. But I was nice to her, I guess I never looked at it that way, because, yeah. But look, so a year later, like I asked her friend, I was like, I like her a lot. She was like, nah, she doesn't like you. Because I asked, I thought she was going to say, yeah, I like her, she was the same size as me. She was short, And, like a year later, we're in the same class together, actually. She just happened to be in that class that day, in the first class, you know what I'm saying, of that class, because it was ceramics. The second ceramics class, so my point is, I really like this chick, right? I was like, yo, this chick's nice. She was Italian, I'm Italian. She was short, same exact size as me. Nice ass. I hate to say it, man, but look, the point is, I wanted to like this girl a lot, right? And I gave up on it. It really disappointed me, right? And, like a year later, like I said, we were in class. Like, the girl told me, yo, she doesn't like you, okay? She's like, it was her best friend, actually, and they're still best friends. She's like, look, she doesn't like you. I'm like, fuck, I'm thinking, shit, I'm here like anime and stuff, and Dragon Ball Z, and Stuff like that. You know, stuff back then, you were in high school, man, you're still a kid, man. You still like shit like that. Even though some people had already grown up out of it in high school. But still there for those people. So, that's another thing about it, man. One chick was a Yu-Gi-Oh kid. And I found out that one chick, now I'll tell you that story right here after this. So this chick, right, a year later, she finally got to know who I was. I was like, I do mimic sounds from, like, video games and stuff, and I'm like, you know, express myself how I want to, you know, I love video games and stuff like that. She loved video games too. So kind of like she loved video games and anime, which I already kind of knew, you know, because I asked her, because she made a ceramic thing, was herself as Mega Man, right? And it looked perfect as fuck. I was like, yo, this bitch has super creativity. And I was like, yeah, that's cool as fuck. I was like, this chick must be really fucking cool. So tell me why a year later, after she started getting to know me, right? Or at least see me in class, and I was just being me, man. I wasn't trying to pick her up no more. At that point, I was just like, yo, this is the same chick. I was like, yo, she's in the class now. And I was like, it ain't gonna happen, man. We're just gonna be me. I mean, it don't matter no more. I didn't discuss that a year before. Approached her and her friends said, look, she's not into you. So I kept that in my mind, you know, like, let's talk to her. Shit. Of course, I get talked to her in class. Eventually, we're gonna have a conversation. So, like, yo, she ended up going to go to the movies, and her friend went to go to movies one day, right? They said talk about going to movies later that day in class. I've never hung out with her or nothing. I was like, take me with y'all, right? And I was just joking. I wasn't really fucking serious. And she was like, yeah, or something. I'm gonna message you sometime around this time, right? So I went home and shit. She never messaged me. And I'm like, I'm waiting. And I'm like, okay, fuck it. I guess she's not coming. So she already is on the way to get me or something, right? She hasn't sent me a message yet. Her phone was off or some shit. Or back when you had to get a cell phone and you had like AIM Messenger on the phone and it was no touchscreen shit. You get what I'm saying? And you had to do everything about logging in and waiting fucking like 4 minutes to log into the shit, or 2 or 3 minutes. You know how that shit took longer? You know, like login shit. I mean, not 30 minutes. You know, it's a lot. Shit's a lot faster now. You bet you know what I'm talking about. You know, motherfucker, want to get an old phone and try to message on Messenger or the old shit. And of course, AIM don't exist no more. They shut that down. So my point is, basically she got to like me. So when she came to get me that night, I had she said she sent a message saying, "Where you at?" or something. I guess she somehow got on the internet or something. She called me. I guess she called me on the phone. She couldn't text me. I was like, what's up? What's going on? Like, what's going on? And she was like, I'm here. I don't know where you're at. Your house. I described where I lived. And she was in the neighborhood, but she was knocking on people's houses. And I explained to her where I was, but I never gave her my address. Does that make sense? So she ended up finding me. So I was like, what the fuck? I'm out here looking for you. I'm like, what? And like I said, I described to her that day where I lived. And I guess thought she was just going to message me and say, hey, what's your address, right? So she was already looking for me, right? And I was like, I went outside, and she was like turned around or something, seen a car part, and I seen some person walk over from the other grass. I was like, hey, what's up? And she was like, oh my God, you scared the hell out of me. And the first thing she do is grab a hold of me and like hug me slightly, because she was like, you know, to show, oh, I'm glad it's just you, you know? And that made me feel really fucking good. But it really did. And I went to see the movies later at night, and I was fucking just like joking the whole, it was The Ring, actually. I was joking the fuck out. Maybe it was The Ring too. No, it was The Ring. Yeah, it was The Ring. It's the first one. And I was joking the fuck out the movie. And I think that was like the second time I seen it, so I kind of really couldn't watch the shit again. You know what I'm saying? And she was next to me, and she was like really flirting with me like a lot. So I kind of like really started to fall in love with this girl, you know. And it took some time to not be in love with her because some other things happened. But it's like I really desired this chick, you know. I really wanted to be with her and like her. But that's the thing about it. Her ideals for the type of guy she liked, it just didn't match up to mine, regardless. Because if it did, she would have came only more sexually, and it would have just happened more actually, instead of the guy she dated in high school saw and start hanging out with him more. And then the dude, like, at that point I was just like, yo, I don't want to talk to you no more. I really was just more than friends. I couldn't handle it. I had to disconnect myself. When I disconnect myself for so long and try to come back like a year or two later, or at least communicate so often, she didn't like that. But it's like, I just had to manage it, man. I can't be some obsessive guy, because it would have been worse, or I felt like I had to hurt somebody, because that's where the thought started to go. And I know I'm not going to hurt no one. That's not the point. I'd be jealous of a guy, and of course a guy's going to be jealous and think things, not necessarily I'm going to take out or any action. Because at that point I was like, yo, I'm just going to slowly stop talking to her. She's still my friend on Facebook. One of the guys that actually liked her tried added me. I never added him. You know, I just never wanted to be friends with a guy. I don't know why. But it didn't matter or nothing, you know. It's just that he was better at video games than me, and he beat me. I thought this dude was the best in the state. I got him Capcom versus SNK 2, and this goddamn fuck beat me. I mean, I'm like, they say I'm a button tapper, right? Or a button tapper is a person that, supposedly, when I get the term button tapper, that it's a person that taps the buttons and it's not no sequential sense. Now, when I play a video game, I already know what's already going to be happening. Of course, I'm going to be tapping the buttons, because if you're playing a fucking fighting game, it doesn't mean anything or not to throw a punch, because as soon as that person comes over to you, if they happen to jump, they're going to connect that punch. So I'm throwing 5 punches that ain't connect to you. It doesn't matter. I get it. There's perfection in life. Why is that boxer over there? Some boxers are fucking going like that anyway in real life. But my point is, of course I'm throwing a bunch of shots, and I'm going to, but I beat motherfuckers like that, right? So how you gonna say I'm a button tapper, but these Asian people are better than me, right? They're supposedly been here hours at the arcade. I'm at home. I only have an arcade stick. I know how to do all the moves. Just come tapping. The reason why I do that is I tap. It's a strategy for a fucking reason. If I use my strategy and beat you, then you can't. You don't have a. And you know my strategy is saying I'm a button tapper because the dude said that behind me. No. You're saying button tappers are better because I beat that dude. I beat that dude almost half of the next guy, and then I had to get off the arcade. You know what I'm saying? You take turns. You know what I'm saying? If you're battling like fucking like Asians all lined up and shit, and looking at the arcade dude, you get ready for that shit, you know? And fucking, I went up, almost beat the last guy, but that's the thing about it, they call me button tapper. But if that's really true and they know what they're pressing, then how come they can't beat me? That destroys that logic there. And that's why I wanted to say that. That really fucking offended me when I was there at the arcade. After I thought about what they said, it took me a long time to realize what the fuck that meant when that guy said that. And I'm a true gamer. I'm a pure ownage. I am an owner. I hate noobs, and I own people. You know, as simple as that. So, yeah, my point is back to the topic of the girl. See, we matched up. You know what I'm saying? We matched up. It worked. But even though I got turned down. So the first impression thing I throw out due to that. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, I matched up to a lot of her ideals. And really, I guess it wasn't based on my appearance, but I guess she thought I was a certain way, you know? And I didn't hesitate to talk to her, man. I really was like, gotta do it. And I did. And that's one thing about me. I broke a lot of those boundaries. And I don't mind really approaching any fucking chick in public, for real. It's just that, am I going to take the time to take if I'm going to be denied or not, and or what they're going to say? Plus, it's not like I can approach any chick instantly. I don't know, start talking to them. They're set in right moments and settings that you go in. Like I feel like sometimes I'll see certain events and go approach a chick. They're doing something or something, because a public place is an active place too. So yeah, guys, remember that if you're a guy obsessed with a chick, all I can really say is, man, if you really want to go towards it, don't seem fucking crazy about her. I guess you know, if they're sharing music and shit on Facebook. Facebook's a good example. Back then there was no Facebook, it was just MySpace and shit, and I kind of just learned about her from asking people what she likes. See what I'm saying? So I was already like that, you know. But I probably wasn't like that, and I was like a thug and did drugs and shit. She probably wanted to fucking talk to me or something, you know. It would have never came to that conclusion. Oh, just almost dropped the fizzone. So. Yeah, phone, fizzone. Yeah, it's a word. So yeah, I'm just like, yeah, keep that in mind. Chicks want the ideal guy in their life. All chicks' ideals are not the same, and that's just the truth to it. I'm getting thinner, guys. I don't know if y'all noticed. I'm starving right now. All I drank was this protein shake. I'm gonna eat something small later, and I'm gonna go fucking walk for like an hour, and I'll be thin as fuck. I have a feeling that when I get thin as fuck, right? That's all I'm going to say. Alright, y'all take care, man. I hope you're enjoying the video, Dimensionalist. Remember, I'm a Dimensionalist. Last thing I want to say about the thing, yeah, the ideal. Just matching up ideals and stuff. That's the best help I can give. Without going in detail about my any more experiences, that's the best example I can give. Right? And, I was going to say that other part of the story, but I can't remember it right offhand. Maybe I'll make that a second video or just reference to it. But that's the best help I can give, you know? You are gonna have to match up to their ideals, and I'll tell you why I know that, because there's some chicks I'm not even like the way they are, and I know that I can be, and that's what I mean. I go manipulate people. No, don't get me wrong. I really honor and love people a lot. Really, I do. But it's like you just like my example is, I know this because I'm not even a certain way, and I've delivered myself a certain way to certain females and communicate with them, get their number, talk to them, and they find out I'm really not like that because I gave up on that personality at one point. You can actually do that. I hate to say that, but if a chick thinks you're a certain way, she's not going to like you because you're part of that. You're part of that part of her mind that's like, nah, I don't like them because of these things. But if you deliver yourself the way she likes you, you can keep it going. You get what I'm saying? You really can.